What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So we got some news to cover today. A lot of it having to do with tariffs because, peace in the Middle East, we're back to tariffs, but this has to do with crypto, of course. So really quick today, not a great day today for the crypto market. Fear and greed, neutral. It did come up a little bit greedier. We can see, pretty boring, not too much leverage being taken. What's really interesting here, July 21st, Coinbase is going to be offering futures. Now, this will allow Coinbase to basically get into the world that right now, places like BTCC, where you could totally grab a first-time deposit. You guys know that if you watch the video. They're going to be competing with other exchanges like BTCC, and, that's really good for the price. So really quick before I dive in, this is Coinbase. I believe this is a new all-time high, $375. And the bottom of the bear market, it was $32 or so. It did over a 10x. It did better than Bitcoin because a 10x for Bitcoin would have been around $160,000 Bitcoin right now. So Coinbase absolutely crushing it. We have Senator Tim Scott confirming that Bitcoin and crypto's market structure bill will be done by September. This is about a 2-minute video, but very, very bullish news there. Right here, this is huge, guys. The U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency issues order to use Bitcoin and crypto as collateral for a mortgage. So this is enormous, okay? So you can use your Bitcoin as collateral to help you buy a house. They have now determined that the consideration of additional borrower assets, so like crypto, can help people essentially buy a house. Now, this crypto has to be stored on a U.S. regulated centralized exchange. So you can't just show your hardware wallet yet, right? It has to be on some exchange, but this is huge. This is really, really, really huge. Because you can essentially use Bitcoin, use crypto to help you buy a house. So let's talk about tariffs really quick. So the U.S. stock market is ripping really, really high, right? We can see the S&P 500, I believe, hitting a new all-time high, which is astounding because, we were at like 4,800, now we're at 6,100 just, 2 months ago or so in April when we hit that the first news of the tariffs. President Trump's 90-day tariff pause now only has 13 days remaining. This means without any new trade deals on July 9th, tariff rates will rise as follows. Country-specific reciprocal tariffs will return. Tariffs of up to 50% on EU imports, 30% tariffs on Chinese imports remain in effect, and global 10% baseline tariffs will remain in effect. The S&P 500 is now 1,200 points higher than it was on April 9th when the 90-day pause was announced. So now we are talking about tariffs again. I'm going to put on my tariff hat, People have had so many hats, right? Expert hats, fake expert hats. We had our Russia-Ukraine hat on for a while. Then we had a lot of people put on the Israel-Palestine-Gaza hat. We just recently had the Israel-Iran hat. And now we're back to tariffs, okay? Back to talking about tariffs. We'll see what happens with this because the S&P clearly doesn't care. It's pricing in right now the fact that whether we're going to get a rate cut or whether there's going to be some negotiations where these aren't really going to affect the economy in a negative way. Regardless, the U.S. economy doesn't really seem to care. Right here, this is Bitcoin treasuries. These are companies that hold Bitcoin. You can see that Metaplanet, the Japanese company, is up quite a bit. It has surpassed Tesla for how much Bitcoin it holds. And this seems to be the name of the game. MicroStrategy is doing incredibly well. Just taking a look right here, MSTR. It's still down from where it was at its peak around November 21st or so. It's down around 27%. So in no way is it doing as well as Coinbase or as the general stock market? But if you take a look at where it was not too long ago, it's done insane. So these Bitcoin treasury companies, right, stacking as much as possible. Right here, I want to play a little clip. This is from Bo Hines, and I just want to play what he said. Let's take a look.
We are certainly keen on the idea of accumulation. We've stated publicly that Bitcoin is digital gold. We believe it's in the best interest of the United States to garner as much as we can possibly get. I've said that at every conference that I've spoken at in the last 2 to 3 months. Now, obviously, this has to be done in budget-neutral ways that don't cost the taxpayer a dime. The president was clear about that in the executive order. But I think we have some very creative minds, 2 of which are sitting up here with me.
Yeah, so they want to acquire as much Bitcoin as possible. That is very important. Bo Hines, he is the White House Executive Director of Digital Assets. So he has the ear of the president, senators, of David Sachs, Howard Lutnick, Scott Bessent, etc. So he's saying that they want to accumulate as much as possible. I think that is pretty bullish, right? So we'll see what happens, guys. That's it for the video. Just wanted to make it a short one today. I'll keep you guys posted on everything going on in the future. If you want to grab that BTCC bonus, you can do so below using my link. And that is it. I will talk with you in the next video. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.